Silverstone has offered British Grand Prix fans a humble apology and promised a root and branch review after unprecedented levels of demand for next year's race recently sparked ticket chaos. Earlier this month, tickets went on general sale online, but fans queued for hours, with many bumped out of the system, and when they were finally able to purchase tickets, they were forced to pay higher prices compared to when they had initially started the process, thanks to Silverstone's dynamic pricing structure, whereby tickets rise in price the more limited they become. All of these problems boil down to the failures of the online portal Secutix being unable to cope with the volume of fans looking to buy tickets for the 2023 event on July 7th to 9th. It is understood the circuit sold the same number of tickets in a matter of hours for the 2023 race as they did over a period of months leading up to the 2022 Grand Prix. That meant fans who had patiently waited for hours to buy tickets were faced with higher prices when they eventually managed to purchase them. Silverstone eventually had to close the portal at one stage due to the many problems, which naturally resulted in a deluge of complaints. Offering a sincere apology, Managing Director Stuart Pringle told The Guardian, "I'm extremely sorry for the frustration, upset, disappointment and anger this has caused. We are going to do a root and branch review on all of this. I am not closing the door on doing anything differently next year. We will consider anything and everything. Nothing is off the table." Mr. Pringle described the scale of the demand for tickets as to that of a Coldplay or Adele concert, and while that's good for the future of the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, surely changes have to be made to support the fans that actually make the event what it is. Elsewhere, Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has urged the FIA to provide a safety net to avoid a repeat of 2014's disparity across the grid when it comes to the power regulation changes coming in 2026. F1 is set for its first major shake-up of the power unit regulations since the V6 hybrid powertrains were introduced. In 2014, Mercedes-powered teams dominated, as the German manufacturing giant was quickly able to unlock far greater performance from the new PU in contrast to its rivals. Fearful of a repeat in 2026, and with Red Bull set to run its first in-house produced system under the new rules, Horner has urged the FIA to take legislative action. "We just want there to be a level playing field," said Horner, whose team will be classified as a new supplier of power units with Red Bull powertrains for 2026 after using rebadged Honda power units between now and then. I guess fundamentally, the safety net that was within the regulations is something that will need to be revisited over time. If a power unit manufacturer misses the target, what is the allowance to correct that so we don't have massive disparity as we saw at the introduction of the V6 era in 2014. Red Bull perhaps trying to encourage the FIA and Formula 1 to hedge their bets and make sure that everybody, including themselves, stays competitive if somebody else jumps out to an early advantage in 2026. More on this and all the other news building up, of course, to the Singapore Grand Prix on GPFans.com and GPFans Global on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok as well.